What's going on, everybody? Triple Crown 24 back today with the first episode in my Miguel Cabrera pickup series. I know most of my videos are Miguel Cabrera pickups, but a lot of times the separate ones I'll be doing aside from this series are some of the larger cards I pick up, like these two that are on screen. And I wanted to do some more showing off some of the lower end ones I pick up, some of the cards I get from lots, because there's some really cool stuff in there that sometimes I just don't do it enough justice and talk about it enough and show my appreciation for some of these. This is an idea I kind of got from Ray. I Collect Ichiro. Great channel. Go check him out if you're not familiar. I've been binge watching and going through the archives of his channel, so to speak, lately, and really enjoying what I see. So I wanted to kind of play off that a little bit here. So I've got 11 pickups to show off today. The last 3 are pretty nice. I have them in magnetics where they're encased, so I'm excited to show them off. But this first batch of 8 I actually got as part of a lot on eBay for $15 total, including shipping. And I'm pretty stoked with the deal I got just based on the 8 cards in here. There's only one duplicate, which I'll show here in a minute, but I got this 2018 update Jackie Robinson Day patch. So these are the little manufactured patches that they put in Topps update blaster boxes, the retail product. They might have done it with the hobby boxes. I don't recall them being in there. I think they had different kind of manufactured patches for that, but this is just the base version of the Cabrera one. I love Jackie Robinson. I love the Jackie Robinson Day celebration and the cards that are associated with him and his day, April 15th. So I will always seek those out. Some of you are probably familiar with my Miguel Cabrera Prism Jackie Robinson Parallel. That's one of my favorite Cabrera slabs I own. But this is a really cool commemorative patch showcasing Cabrera and paying tribute to one of the most important baseball players of all time, if not the most important. All right, card number 2 today is a red from Prism. I won't spend too much time on this one because in one of my recent videos you probably saw me pick this up, and it was one that I happened to buy twice. I wasn't going to let this one deter me from buying the whole lot, but it is a duplicate. I'll just possibly put that to the side to trade with another Miguel Cabrera player collector at a later date. Here is a Triple Threads base card. I love Triple Threads, always have, probably always will, unless they really mess with it. Camera's a little out of focus right now, so sorry about that. The foil on these is used very sparingly, and that's a very strategic, well done design. It's kind of got a matte finish to the cards, so they're not as glossy as a lot of the Topps products are. I really do enjoy matte finish cards, but these are just absolutely stunning base. I mentioned this in a previous pickup video, but if you have a favorite player who has a base in the tribute set, and there's a lot of legends in that set as well, so there's a lot of guys to collect for all types of collectors, I highly recommend picking them up because they're pretty inexpensive to get these, and they look fantastic. Moving along, we got more Triple Threads here. There are 5 different Miguel Cabrera, what are just called like standard relics. Each one spells out a different message. I don't know what all of them are. This one is 5 RBI, 15X. And you can see on the back, Miggy's 5 RBI performance on April 28th, 2018 was his 15th since his 2003 debut season. Albert Pujols and Robinson Cano were the only active players with more. And you could not read that because I just realized the camera was blurry, but you can pause it and take a look if you want to. It's pretty cool that they switched up the jersey swatches. Sometimes they're all uniform, which looks cool as well, but I thought it was neat how they switched it up. That one is numbered to 36. They like to do the multiples of 9 in the Topps Triple Threads. Moving back to 2017, some high tech here. This is the green rainbow diffractor. I guess I call them diffractors. I'm not 100% sure why. I don't know if they diffract light compared to refracting light. I'm not a scientist, so I don't really understand it, but that's what they call it, so that's what I roll with here. You can see this one is clear on the back, which I'll talk about with one of the similar ones here in a minute. This is the blue. The greens are to 99. The blues are to 75. So I don't have any of these, or didn't have any of these previously to picking these up, so it's cool to get multiple colors of the rainbow. And this one I thought was a standard base, but it turns out this is actually a parallel, and I was not familiar with these. You can see how it is dark here on the back, and you can kind of see the silhouette of Cabrera. Compare that to the back of this one here. So this is actually the Blackout Parallel, which I would not have known if I did not look it up, but that's why I use trading card database along with my own personal spreadsheet so that I can track those types of things. And then the last one before we get into the cards in magnetic holders is this 2019 Tier 1, the last card of the lot. So again, all of these cards for $15 shipped. Pretty happy with that deal. These Tier 1 relics are always very nice. I've gotten a couple from recent years, recent sets. This happens to be one of the latest ones. Cabrera, I believe, only has this version of the relic. Sometimes players have multiple copies, but I don't think Tier 1 did that this year, so very cool to add that in. I'm pretty sure he has a couple of different types of cards in Tier 1, but have not been able to track them down. So here we have an encased card, and this is from 2004 Finest, and this is a shout out here to I Collect Ichiro once more. He, I believe, has shown off a couple of Ichiros from this. So the gold X-Fractors from this set, and you can see the X-Fractor technology on it, were actually uncirculated. So they're kind of like these little box topper things that were pretty popular with a lot of early 2000s products. This one is numbered to 139 up at the top. So these are not too easy to come by. This one unfortunately has a lot of scratches on the encased part of it. It doesn't fit too well in the sleeve. I just used the sleeve that I would use for a 35-point magnetic on it. Perfect fit sleeve because it's the closest thing I have. It's a little loose in there, but it's not too bad. It looks just fine. So happy to add this in. I have not seen these pop up too often, so when that was brought to my attention, I jumped on it. Let's see here. These last two I'm really excited about. Check out this one right here. I'm not a huge fan of Topps Fire. I will go ahead and admit it, but recently I got in what was the Flame Parallel, I want to say, from a lot that I purchased, a larger lot, and I'll go over some of those that I've purchased lately that have really helped spike up my number of Cabrera cards in terms of quantity. But when I saw that, I thought, well, I want to see what these parallels are in Fire to see if there's anything else that looks really cool. And I saw these gold minteds, and I pulled up what the Cabrera looks like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. So I paid like $249 for this card, shipped PWE. I got it in, and I thought right away, yeah, this is going to go in magnetic. I normally don't put lower-end parallels in magnetics or even really top litters. They mostly go into my binder, but this one, it just looks so cool that I had to use it. And I have so many 35-point magnetics right now that I can definitely afford to spare a couple on these really sweet looking cards. So this one I'll probably feature in the background of some upcoming videos, I'm guessing, because it is super cool. Look at this foil on it and how the gold illuminates him. I'm not usually a big fan of like the really gimmicky products, but you cannot deny that this is a sweet looking card. I am a huge fan of these gold minteds. And this last one kind of caught me by surprise a little bit. This was brought to my attention by someone on Blowout. I'm starting to develop a reputation as a big Miguel Cabrera collector, which there's a couple of them out there, so I'm always happy when someone comes to me and thinks of me when they think of Miguel Cabrera. This is a blue foil from 2005, Fleer National Pastime. And I always think that blue foil cards look sharp. A lot of foil, I think when it's used sparingly like it is with the triple threads. Let me pull out that card again. Like here you can see the foil. Not too much of it is used, but it's just enough where it really adds to the card. When it's used sparingly like that, I think that's when it's at its best. And the blue is always a color that pops. I love the color blue. I'd say it's my favorite color. I don't know if this will pick up. There it goes. But the blue foils are actually one of ones. And I wasn't so sure about this. I The guy told me it was a 1 of 1, and I was trying to find a checklist, and Trading Card Database did not list it as a 1 of 1, so I was a little confused. I went on, I think it's Trading Cardpedia, which is like a Wikipedia for baseball card sets, and they said the blue foils were 1 of 1, so I went ahead and I jumped on this one. The guy just let me make an offer, and we came to a pretty quick agreement, and I got here really fast. So this is 1 of 1 number 4, joining the 2 in the background with the Superfractor, which let me pull him down really quick. Can't leave out the Superfractor, but there you have it, my 4 Cabrera 1 of 1s so far, and this will now bring my count up to 562 overall for a number of unique Cabreras. I would like to hit 1,000 by the time I leave the National, and I'm pretty confident that I can get there. I've kind of held back a little bit on my spending recently, but I imagine that I'll be going through a lot of like 25-cent boxes at the National and plugging in some holes. And I have a COMC order that I'll probably cash in on by the time the National rolls around as well, so that will help boost up that number as well. But it's currently the goal. My goal at the start of the year was to get to 1,000 by the end of 2019, but I've made some pretty significant progress here in the last month, so very thankful for that. All right, guys, comment down below what your favorite pickup was of the day. Really appreciate you coming by and checking out today's video. Until next time, I'll see you later. Have a good one.